Sex in the City.
Do you just want to be friends?
Don't people date anymore?
How many women are you dating?
In the tri-state area?
It's not about sex, it's about life. Sex in the City, 5 nights a week.
Weeknights at 11 on Fox 41.
Giants kicker Jay Feely knows that one way to help kids stay on track is to make sure they have a safe place to play. Still, there's a lot more work to be done. Maybe you can give them a hand. Help United Way and the NFL strengthen your community. Volunteer at unitedway.org.
Welcome back to Soldier Field in Chicago, when the Chicago Bears looked like they were going to be down at halftime. Nathan Vasher comes up with a record-setting return.
Amazing.
And people are still bewildered by the entire play.
That's the talk everywhere going through the stadium right now. It was shocking, to tell you the truth. And again, the wind was the factor in it all, because that field goal attempt just hooked so far over, and Nathan Vasher was sitting on that side of the goalpost. As you see, he's sitting there waiting for it in case it did come up short. He knew he would have the ability to return it. He almost took a knee in the end zone to down it. And he said, what the heck? He brought it out, and then he got that wave right about there in his run. And then when the people, his teammates, understood that this guy's got a chance, they poured it on. Nice block at the end by Urlacher.
He was running out of gas, Bill.
Yeah. Well, 108 yards away. I think we all would run out of gas.
Nathan Vasher. What about the element factor as we go to the second half? Now the Bears have the lead.
Well, yeah, take a look at the wind. The wind is the thing today. Not anything else. Obviously not the passing game, the running game, or anything. It's the wind. There it is right there. Missed field goals, bad snaps, the passes and the effect it's had on it. Look at the passing yards, completions. All that is relative to the wind conditions. And for the 49ers, they really haven't even tried to attempt that many. The Bears, minimal, but you can see how it's had an effect. And the one missed field goal for the 49ers, of course, turned into a touchdown.
And the wind continues to blow strong, gusting anywhere from 25 to 35 miles per hour. And it has certainly impacted thus far on the game. The Bears will kick off. Robbie Gould, with the ball being held, lets it fly. And Rasheed Marshall, no. It is Jason McCadley on the return. He spins away and gets across the 20 up to the 22-yard line. So now the 49ers, how do you think they'll play the offense here in the second half, Bill?
Oh, they're going to light it up. They're going to come out and throw it all over the place. You're looking at 300 yards this half, Sam.
I think you're dreaming.
Yeah, I am, and so were they if they thought that.
But they have to throw the ball on occasion now.
I expect to see more play-action pass, probably out of these tight formations.
Here's Barlow on the toss and reverses and gets up to the 24-yard line. Let's go down to the sideline where Jill Carlson is standing by. Jill.
Well, guys, I just talked to San Francisco 49ers coach Mike Nolan, who told me, given the demoralizing touchdown just before the half, he told his team to hang in there. It's all about mental toughness in the second half. They'll find the way to get the points back. Quick injury update. Tony Parrish, the safety, is out. Broken left fibula. He remains here. And Cedric Benson, running back for the Bears, out with a right knee sprain.
Thank you, Jill. Here's Pickett. He wanted to throw. He's looking downfield.
Nobody's open.
And he takes it and is shoved out of bounds at around the 26-yard line.
There's not much more Pickett could do, because he was looking. He had it was the West Coast offense routes. He had 3 receivers flooded to that side. You had short, medium, and long, and they were all covered up. There's nowhere he could have gone with the ball. It was actually a good decision on his part with the conditions to pull down and get a few yards out of it and keep yourself with a workable, at least workable third down instead of a force for an interception.
It's 3rd and 6. 3 wide receivers in. 49ers are 1 for 8 on third downs in the game. Pickett gets time.
He's got it.
And he lets it fly. Brandon Lloyd is there and he's got it. His first completion of the game. Down to the Bears' 45-yard line. Charles Tillman was covering a 28-yard gain.
Charles Tillman falls for the out and up. And that's when Lloyd gets behind him. Lloyd was matched up one-on-one, no safety help over the top with Tillman, and he gets down and out and up.
Brandon Lloyd, the leading receiver for the 49ers this season. Kevin Barlow and Fred Beasley in the backfield.
Hot dog wrappers everywhere.
And here's Barlow. Not much. Bears stuff him. No gain on the play.
I showed you that before with number 40 and how in this run offense, he's going to take you to the ball. I mean, there's no question about it. Fred Beasley is here. Now, I want you to watch the linebackers, which are going to just key him. They're taking him to Beasley. And Beasley is going to be the lead blocker. He's a tough blocker. He's a big bully type, wants to get up in your grill and lower his head on you and knock you to the ground. But the thing of it is, he's taking a toll right there. He's going to tell you where the ball is.
He's off the field. Barlow running, takes it down to the 42-yard line. Brian Urlacher with the tackle. He'll bring up a 3rd and long for the 49ers.
And it doesn't matter who's in there. If Hetherington comes in, then that's the same scenario. But if you take a look at Urlacher, I want you to watch him, and I want you to take a look at the fullback. Well, I did it again. Take a look at the fullback right here. He's going to go to it. And when he goes to it, he gets back up in there and can make a play. Now, what you do off of that is you need some more scissors play, misdirection play, things that don't let you clue in on the fullback is going to take you to the ball.
2 tight ends in, 3rd and 7, 3 wide receivers, excuse me. That
Flag.
pass is thrown low.
They're going to get Alex
for
Brown.
Brandon Lloyd. It's incomplete, and we'll check out the flag on the play in the backfield. And
well, Cody Pickett went to the right place. The blitz was onto that side. He threw to that side and had Brandon Lloyd open. But
personal foul, roughing the passer, number 30, defense.
Mike Brown
tackling the quarterback at the
knees.
That's a 15-yard penalty, first down.
Mike Brown has been blitzing all day long. They've been bringing pressure. He's been blowing up the run game. There he is right there. And it's a shot to the knees. And that's really what it is. You can't go to the head, you can't go to the knees, and that is the NFL, and that is quarterbacks.
15-yard penalty brings the ball down to the Bears' 27-yard line.
The blitzing today for the Bears at home has been astronomical. I mean, they just keep coming after the young quarterback and the run game. They don't care. They're blitzing.
It's Barlow getting by Alex Brown, turns it into a big gainer. Barlow rumbles inside the 10-yard line. Right down to the 10 is where they'll spot it. Good run by Kevin Barlow. Picked up 17 on the play.
Well, you're going to take a look here at Alex Brown. Alex Brown is going to be right here. And he's going to come crashing down inside. He has a clean shot there to wrap it up, but what happens is Barlow sees it. He sees it and makes that adjustment to the outside. Alex Brown has contained on that side. He can't let anybody get outside of him. You saw the result when he did.
1st and goal at the 10. It's Frank Gore, but he ran into Hunter Hillenmeyer, and he had Tommy Harris holding on to his ankles. So that's a loss of a couple on the play.
Chicago at home is they like to blitz more. They're more comfortable here. 38% blitz at home, on the road 28%. And I think that goes with just saying when you're on the road, you might have to play things a little bit more conservative. You're at home, you got your crowd noise on the offense, you got Mike Brown, you got Urlacher, you got these guys, you can send them away. You don't have that advantage.
Mike Green is in at left cornerback. Play fake by Pickett, being rushed. He throws incomplete. Green got his hand on the ball. The pass intended for the tight end, Billy Badgema.
And nobody was fooled. See, that was play action. And every play action we've seen with a bootleg roll, the tight ends are open in this league everywhere, but not there. And not that time. Urlacher was out there. It seemed there's 3 people out there covering the tight end on the bootleg. Bootleg should always be open, especially when you've had that kind of success running the football.
Here's 3rd and goal from the 12. 3 wide receivers in. Johnny Morton, Arnaz Battle, and Brandon Lloyd.
Timeout.
And Pickett calls timeout.
Yeah, and they just got it in. They were down to 1 second on the play clock.
49ers in scoring position, trailing the Bears 7-3. We'll talk it over.
Ooh. Oh.
Want to get away? Now you can. Fly Southwest Airlines with our $39 to $149 internet specials to 60 destinations coast to coast. Purchased by November 21st.
You are now free to move about the country.
Here's Michael at the foul line. He shoots from Reno. No good. Michael misses. Cleveland wins. They're waving beyond your right.
If you're a fraction off, it can change everything. On the field and in the lab, where Gatorade scientists test and retest athletes so we know exactly what their bodies demand. Precision counts. Out there and in here.
What would you change about your full-size truck?
I like a little more power. This truck's a little gutless. More towing capacity. A little more powerful. More power. More power would be nice.
A little bit of a problem going up hills with it.
We couldn't change their trucks, so we introduced ours, the full-size Nissan Titan. Get up to $3,000 cash back at your Nissan dealer now.
Oh, that's a big boat right there. It's bigger than anything I've towed with my truck.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 40.
3rd and goal from the 12. 3 wide receivers in. Barlow in the backfield. With a crowd loud. Quarterback draw, and they've got it. Agunlia with a tackle. Drops Pickett for a loss, and that could be some valuable yardage there considering the wind conditions.
This cannot happen when you're running offense. They have a 1, 2, 3, 4-man rush, and that is all. Now you have 5 offensive linemen. This should not happen. They run a stunt with Tommy Harris and Agunlia, and it never gets picked up. If you have 5 offensive linemen and a 4-man rush, it should be picked up. That's an outstanding job by the Chicago defensive front of using their twist and a stunt with Harris and Agunlia.
Joe Nedney, 35-yard try. He hooks it, and it hooks in. A beauty by Nedney. A 35-yarder. His 2nd of the game. Boy, he's got the good draw. Watch this. He starts it way out to the left. Wow. Here it comes inside the upright with help from the wind. It's 7-6 Bears.
We know what you do out there, so we put an award-winning Xterra in here. The Nissan Xterra, Motor Trend 2006 Sport Utility of the Year. With a covered gearbox, rear bumper steps, and easy clean cargo area. Get $2,000 cash back or 3% APR on the Nissan Xterra. Extra stuff, extra cash, Xterra.
Good improvement.
Thank you, doctor.
Cholesterol's down. Well done.
Great. Hello, doctor's office.
And I gotta tell you, nice job.
Oh. Mr. Decker?
I told you we'd get it down.
Yep, even doctors can have high cholesterol. When diet and exercise aren't enough, adding Lipitor can lower your bad cholesterol from 39 to 60%. In fact, more cardiologists surveyed said they'd prescribe Lipitor for their own family members than any other cholesterol brand. Lipitor is one of many cholesterol-lowering treatment options in addition to diet and exercise that you and your doctor can consider. Lipitor is not for everyone, including people with liver problems and women who are nursing, pregnant, or who may become pregnant. Simple blood tests are needed to check for liver problems. Tell your doctor about other medications you are taking or if you experience muscle pain or weakness, as these may be signs of a rare but serious side effect. Ask your doctor about Lipitor today.
There's an easier way to get the gear the pros wear. For a free team catalog, call 877-NFL-SHOP.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Nissan, who invites you to shift the way you move through the world.
The wind continues to whip around Soldier Field. Don't forget, second game of our Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader is coming up. So stay tuned for that. Joe Nedney, 9 years in the league. He is a crafty veteran. He's handled the wind very, very well. Jerry Azuma's deep. Nedney with the line drive kick. Azuma juggles it, brings it back. And a nice return. He got tripped up. Billy Badgema, the tight end, with a good tackle. And the Bears go on offense from their 29 in a moment.
Tied 7-7. We'll be back after the break.
Beer run. Beer run.
Oh, beer run.
Beer run.
This season, don't miss a thing from your sports or your beer. Grab a Miller Lite with more taste than Bud Light and half the carbs. Miller, good call.
Look at this guy.
Smoky and spicy and flavor.
What's he doing? Chipotle dance.
Taco Bell's new Chipotle grilled stuffed burrito, loaded with carne asada steak, Chipotle seasoned rice, spicy Southwest Chipotle sauce, and a blend of 3 melted cheeses, all wrapped up and grilled to go. For the perfect balance of flavor and spice, think outside the bun.
What would you change about your full-size truck?
I like a little more power. This truck's a little gutless. More towing capacity. A little more powerful. More power. More power would be nice.
A little bit of a problem going up hills with it.
We couldn't change their trucks, so we introduced ours, the full-size Nissan Titan. Get up to $3,000 cash back at your Nissan dealer now.
Oh, that's a big boat right there. That ain't bigger than anything I've towed with my truck.
Has America's favorite tuck kid gone soft?
I'm not so sure about the bells on the pants. I love my tinklies.
An all-new Simpsons. Then, a daughter's wish causes big problems.
Breast implants. I only agreed to clothe you, not turn you into a flotation device.
The War at Home. All new episodes start at 8, 7 Central tonight on Fox.
Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. Adrian Peterson running into the wind. Gets a yard on the play. JB, no wind in his studio. We're going to go to him in a little while. If you joined us late, Cedric Benson, injured, sprained knee in the first half, out for the remainder of the game, will be reevaluated tomorrow. Did not look good.
No, it didn't.
Thomas Jones is out with bruised ribs. Peterson and Johnson in the backfield. On 2nd and 9, Orton 4 for 7 in the game, completes to Justin Gage, just short of the first down marker. Now into the non-windy studio to JB.
I'm here whenever you call, Sam. After an opening kickoff return for a touchdown by the Vikings, the Giants answer right back, Sam Rosen, as Manning finds a wide open Amani Toomer. They narrow the gap, 14-13. That in the third. Sam, I'm with you, fellow, whenever you call. Back to Sam and Bill.
Thanks, JB.
Did he say Sam Rosen to Amani Toomer? I didn't quite catch that.
Two tight ends in, Desmond Clark and John Gilmore.
He knows a Giants fan, Sammy, doesn't he?
Peterson juggled, holds on, trying for the first down, and it looks like he may have come up a little short.
You know, this is a day in which, you know, guys like myself and Howie, we'd like to play in this type of game.
Why is that? Because it was a running game, a grinding game?
Well, because it's a phone booth. It's a phone booth. Mike Singletary would have loved it, too. It's a phone booth, and it's a closet, and you know what you're going to get. And you've just got to take care of that small, confined area and beat the guy in front of you. And actually, I think that's where all of us excel.
Really picking up, Bill, as you look around the field.
Let me just declare those two a little bit more than me.
Line drive, low liner, bounces, and it hit one of the 49ers, and it's recovered by San Francisco. Good job by Rasheed Marshall. Could have been disastrous. but Marshall was on top of it.
We know what you do out there, so we put an award-winning Xterra in here. The Nissan Xterra, Motor Trend 2006 Sport Utility of the Year. With a covered gearbox, rear bumper steps, and easy clean cargo area. Get $2,000 cash back or 3% APR on the Nissan Xterra. Extra stuff, extra cash. Xterra.
Dude, you said 2:30. I called and texted. You didn't get any of my messages? You guys are killing me. That's your network? Yes. Yes, it is. Is that your network? Yeah.
Well, this is awkward. There's only one reason to choose a wireless company. It's the network. And only Verizon Wireless is America's most reliable. Verizon Wireless. It's the network.
What's that?
Lunch from KFC only costs $4.
$4? That's half of what I paid at that casual dining restaurant. Why is that so funny?
Because you're the rocket scientist.
Get all the quality for half the price at KFC. Choose between a strip meal, a two-piece meal, or a breast meal, each with 2 delicious home-style sides and a freshly baked biscuit for just $4. That's half the price of a casual dining meal. Now your dollar goes further at KFC.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Circuit City. Just what I needed. By K Jewelers. Every kiss begins with K. By Miller Lite. On your next beer run, grab some great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. And by KFC's $4 meal. They're good.
Joe Nedney has provided the 6 points for the 49ers, who have not scored a touchdown since the fourth quarter of their game against Washington. And that means 2.5 games.
Such is the life of a punter, a kicker, and a deep snapper. Hanging out with all their buddies.
Oh, yeah? Nobody talking to him?
No.
Barlow, no gain on the play. Bears continue their strong rush defense. Tommy Harris with a tackle. Tommy Harris, who says he's like a sponge when it comes to learning football. He's talked to some of the great stars of the past, John Randall, the late Reggie White.
Right. Warren Sapp.
Yeah.
Talks to John Randall and Warren Sapp, he said, on a regular basis. Because one of the first things that Lovie Smith told him is, you're the Warren Sapp in my defense. And then we told Lance Briggs, he said, you are the Derek Brooks in my defense.
Right now the entire defense slams into Kevin Barlow for no gain. As Bill mentioned in the Fox Watch during the pregame show, the 49ers have never gone 3 games without scoring a touchdown. They're having trouble finding the end zone.
And Joe Nedney has kicked 9 field goals in the past 3 weeks.
3 wide receivers for the 49ers. Pickett out of the shotgun. Everybody out. Pass batted up in the air, and it is intercepted by Mike Brown.
Who else, right?
The flag goes up. Flag on the play.
Well, I think
the
that's
free
for some of
ball,
the
and
stuff
Brown
afterwards.
was there. Actually, a couple of Bears were there, and I think Brown just out-muscled his teammate for the ball. So this looks like the first turnover of the game for the 49ers.
And I talked about that cover 2 defense. You know, when you're going to attack it, the area you want to attack it is the middle of the field. Now, the blitz was on by the Bears. They came with pressure. So you had single safety high.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 68. San Francisco. That's a 15-yard penalty. It'll be first down.
That's against Adam Snyder, who's making his first NFL start at right guard.
Brandon Lloyd is going to be right there. And the route he's going to run is a slant route. It's going to be an adjustment because they come with the blitz. Now watch, he is open. He has to hit that right there in the middle of the field. Instead, he threw it into coverage, and the ball was also tipped at the line of scrimmage. And once it was tipped, Then, of course, when it's tipped in Bear country, it's Mike Brown's ball.
Brown's third interception of the season, the 14th of the season for the Bears. So with the penalty, the Bears are down to the 16 of the 49ers. Adrian Peterson squirms his way through, gets down to about the 11-yard line.
Well, I don't know how much squirming there was, but, you know, he gets in that pile and he pushes the pile. And he also has that offensive line that the one thing about this offensive line is they play together extremely well as a unit.
And Muhsin Muhammad limps to the sideline.
Well, he got nicked a little bit in practice. He took a spill on Friday. It may have re-aggravated it.
On second down, Peterson cuts back nicely, fights his way down to the 6-yard line. He's got a first down for the Bears. Brian Johnson, the lead blocker, with a good job of leading the way.
Adrian Peterson, watch him right here, and watch him have patience and wait on his blockers. You let the big guys up front do the job. See him setting that up. He sets it up, then he goes that way. He waits for the guys in front of him. And one of the guys in front of him is Brian Johnson, too, who is back from his injury. They waived Mark Edwards this past week, and he's part of the process in there, too. Right now, Jason McKee's in.
Muhsin Muhammad back in the lineup. Here's Peterson. And he gets to the 5-yard line, a pickup of 2. It'll be second and goal at the 5-yard line. Shante Spencer, the right cornerback, made the tackle.
When I was talking about that offensive line and how they play so good collectively as a group, the one thing they do is they finish. You know, they're like the fly that won't go away. It's there, it bugs you. Some flies you shoo away and they're gone for good. But there's some flies that just hang around you and hang around you and hang around you. Probably depending on what you did that day, but all the same, still pesty.
Peterson.
That's how that line is.
Peterson and Johnson in the backfield. Nice play fake by Orton. He throws. Intercepted. It's intercepted by Shante Spencer. Intended for Muhsin Muhammad. I don't know if the wind took it, but Spencer picked it off. Big turnover.
Well, he by angle alone, Sam, he had him wide open. The only thing I could think is the wind might have carried it, because look at the direction it carries it. The wind's blowing across. That's right to the area he's in.
Your son really wants an MP3 player. You want to make sure you get the right one. Circuit City makes it simple. That's because only Circuit City offers a website with thousands of customer reviews that rate the hottest technology, plus expert help in our stores. So now, finding the perfect gift is simpler at Circuit City.
Together they stand, poised for action. Anywhere, anytime, even your next football party. The Coors Light Gridiron Cooler Box. 18 16-ounce bottles that hold the same amount of beer as a case. And those big bottles are clad in plastic, so the Coors Light inside stays Rocky Mountain cold. Just ice it up, take it out, and enjoy. The Coors Light Gridiron Cooler Box. Ready to go, ready to play.
It's a fact. The more we learn about how to take care of ourselves and our families, the longer and healthier our lives become. That's why more people turn to WebMD than any other health information source. It's a place where people find answers to health questions with an ease never before possible, where doctors discover new and better ways to care for their patients. A place where everyone can finally forge a link between better information and better health. WebMD.
Dad's giving Mom the present we got at Kay. Mom likes it. She really likes it.
Kay Jewelers always has the latest Bulova styles, so you can be assured that she'll absolutely love it.
I think they're gonna kiss now.
I think you're right.
Every kiss begins with Kay.
Well, here's Desmond Clark on the play action, and you would think you'd want to throw the ball right now. But here's Shante Spencer, and he's behind that clump of people. I'm not so sure if he sees him, but you can see that ball and the air, the wind pushing a little bit over to the left. It's a combination of a few things.
Pass intended for Muhsin Muhammad, and Spencer comes up with the interception. Nice run by Frank Gore on first down. He fights his way for 10 yards. Outstanding run by Frank Gore. So the teams trade interceptions. The Bears have now turned the ball over 3 times in the game. Shante Spencer with his second interception, and Kyle Orton has thrown 10 interceptions this season. 5 of them came in one game against Cincinnati, but you can see how upset he is with himself.
Well, he's upset for a couple things. One, he's a young quarterback, and a young quarterback's going to hold the ball to make sure the receiver's open instead of anticipating the opening. And then today you couple the wind, he held it even longer.
Gore this time is thrown for a loss. Wally Agunlea leading the charge up front. Number 93, helped up by Ryan Urlacher, and Lance Briggs was there as well.
The Bears have had some bad luck on offense when it's coming to put points on the board today. Twice it's been field goal attempts. One was the kicker, and the wind blew it all the way across. It looked like a bad slice. The second one was on the snap. The wind caught that on the snap, and he looked like he tried to force it as well. Couldn't handle the snap. No points there. And then in the red zone on a wide open play action pass, a combination of a few things caused an interception.
On 2nd and 10, it's Barlow. Cut back, reversed his field, and a good tackle by Alex Brown. Brings him down at the 32-yard line. The only touchdown of the game scored by the Bears on the last play of the first half on a 108-yard return of a missed field goal by Nathan Vasher. A record-setting return. 5 defensive backs in for the Bears as Jerry Azuma's on the field. Tank Johnson and Alfonso Boone in at tackles for the Bears. Tank Johnson, a teammate of Cody Pickett, the 49ers quarterback at the University of Washington. Pickett puts it up for Johnny Morton. He overthrows it. Morton was well covered by Charles Tillman on the play.
Boy, did they come in blitz. You know, they're really coming after the kid. And when you have third and forever, such as the San Francisco 49ers have had all day, you can afford to do that defensively. Until the 49ers passing game can show that they can beat you in blitz, when you have fewer people in coverage and more people in the rush, until they show a tendency to be able to beat you in blitz, they're going to see this forever.
5th punt of the game for Andy Lee. Bobby Wade has fumbled twice in the game. He was tempted to pick up the ball. He lets it roll to a stop.
It only took 2 fumbles for him to figure that out.
That's right. Stepped away, and the Bears go on offense from the 24-yard line. 43-yard punt. For the Bears, the schedule gets tougher. Next week, the Carolina Panthers come to Chicago. They're 6-2 and leading the NFC South. They've got Stephen Smith, the top receiver in the NFL. I think one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the league in Jake Delhomme, and an outstanding coaching staff. They started slowly. They lost Chris Jenkins, but they're coming on. Here are the Bears. Adrian Peterson turns it into a big gainer. They catch him from behind. Shante Spencer caught up, but not before. Peterson gets down to the San Francisco 42. A 33-yard run.
Adrian Peterson, you're going to count the steps. He's going to, on his 3rd step, he's going to end up 1, 2, 3. Well, watch this. Right about that, that's when he takes it back the other direction. That's a zone blocking scheme up front. And that's what they did there. It's a little bit of a stretch. 1, 2, and on his 3rd step, he gets the ball and makes his cut downhill. And that's when the offensive line has already done their job and cut the defense in half.
Peterson doing a good job. Bounces off his own man, gets down to the 40, picks up 2 on the play. JB's ready again. We're calling on him. Take it away, JB.
Hey, Sam. Coach Jimmy Johnson says you get healthy, you get well against Arizona. Joey Harrington certainly is. No question about Roy Williams as well. Roy Williams' 3rd touchdown reception of the day. Detroit 26-11 over Arizona. That in the 3rd. Back to Sam and Bill.
Thanks, JB.
Thanks, JB.
Adrian Peterson, a career-high 78 yards rushing on 13 carries in the game. Cedric Benson was hurt in the first half. Orton had a little trouble with the snap. Puts it up deep for Muhsin Muhammad. Interference against Shante Spencer. That's a big penalty.
The big moose. Look, big Muhsin Muhammad. I got a couple things here. Was that ball catchable? It certainly looked like it was well over the head.
Number 36, defense.
That's a good question, Bill.
Well, take a look. And secondly, when you play Mushin Muhammad, you can see there's the bump right there. He will push and bump you. He's a big, physical, dominant receiver that likes to take the game to you. The interference happened earlier, but that ball looked to me as if it was over the top. It was an uncatchable ball, and when you have an uncatchable ball, then you can't have pass interference either way.
23-yard penalty against the 49ers. Bears at the 17. And here's Peterson trying to cut back, but a nice play inside by Marcus Douglas. We've reached the end of the third quarter. The Chicago Bears and the San Francisco 49ers battling each other and battling the wind. Right now, the Bears have the upper hand.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
Your local Snappy Tomato Pizza today for a large 3-topping for only $10.99.
Power, intelligence, beauty, control, all thriving under one roof. The new 6-speed all-wheel drive IS from Lexus at Lexus of Louisville.
Steven!
I was just hungry.
Well, is dinner not good enough for you?
Sorry.
Oh, you're darn right you're sorry.
Everyone wants the new fresh toasted chicken Parmesan sandwich, zesty marinara, melted cheese, only at Subway restaurants.
Unlike some things in life, coverage from Safe Auto starts immediately. All you have to do is call.
The wind has blown the clouds in over Soldier Field as we head for the fourth quarter. Sam Rosen, Bill Moss, Jill Carlson at Soldier Field. The Bears with a 7-6 lead on the 49ers as we start the fourth quarter. 2nd and 10 for the Bears on the 17. Kyle Orton, 5 for 9, 59 yards, the one big interception in the end zone. Play fake, in trouble, he throws low, good catch by Musa Muhammad. Muhammad wrestles his way down to the 13-yard line.
Roughing the passer.
There's a flag.
And again, it's a tackle at the knees, I believe, of Cody Pickett. I mean, Kyle Orton, I'm sorry. It was Carter.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 96, defense. Helmet-to-helmet contact to the quarterback. Will penalize half the distance to the goal, first down.
Oh, yeah.
Well, first of all, it wasn't helmet to helmet.
You don't think so?
No, it is helmet in the chest.
I thought the crown might have caught him in the face mask, Bill. Let's see.
I don't know. I think that's a stretch. And from where the referee's standing behind him, watch where the helmet is. It's going to hit him right square in the chest. That's a chest, and it's the chest. The chest picks him up. Well, you lead with the crown of the helmet. You know, how many fullbacks lead with the crown of their helmet?
From the 7, Peterson, nice cutback. He's in, touchdown. Wow. Adrian Peterson, who scored last week.
Flex, big boy. Go ahead and flex.
Nice run for the big touchdown for the Bears.
Well, go ahead and pat that offensive line on the back too now. Yeah, you're strong. Yeah, you got a flex, and you even got a meatball in that gun. But go ahead and take care of that offensive line because they've been dominating today.
Reuben Brown and Olin Kreutz leading Adrian Peterson with some good blocking up front. 7-yard touchdown run for Peterson. The extra point by Robbie Gould is good. Peterson with a touchdown run last week. His second of the season right here.
Boing. Terrence Metcalf. Nice pull.
Hey, bro, you see that?
What?
Hey, Teddy, I hate to bother you. You sent my melon to Peyton, P-E-Y.
Groceries, $41.
That's awesome, man.
Oil change, $25.
You're good, too. Decaf!
Lunch,
Decaf!
$12.
Great shift today, guys. Nice salad bar.
Your favorite players,
Yes.
priceless.
Yes. Yes!
There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
You signed the bread to my little brother. He loves you.
John Elway is a lonely guy. But when you vote for your Pro Bowl picks on your phone with Sprint service,
No new messages.
you and 3 friends could win a trip to Hawaii for the 2006 Pro Bowl. And keep John company. But hurry, John's waiting. Text PRO to 46635 to vote today or go to NFL.com and check out exclusive NFL content with Sprint. Sprint, yes you can.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by the new Sprint, the official telecommunications service sponsor of the NFL. By MasterCard, there are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. By Dockers, men, women, home, dress to live. And by McDonald's.
Adrian Peterson has stepped up in the absence of Thomas Jones, and with Benson getting hurt in the first half, Adrian Peterson has run for 85 yards on 15 carries, a long of 34, and a 7-yard touchdown run. Gould's kickoff. Brought back by Rasheed Marshall. And he gets up to the 30-yard line where he's brought down. Kyle Orton and Olin Kreutz are developing a nice relationship, the rookie quarterback and the veteran center, Bill.
You know, and he said it's kind of rare. I mean, you always have a special relationship with your center if you're a quarterback just by hand placement alone, if you know what I mean, Sam. But these two are a little bit more special in personality. They hang out, they golf together, they're laid back, but they're both ready to bust on each other at any given point in time. And Kyle Orton said, which was amazing, he said that Kreutz has been the biggest influence on his overall play and preparation on what to go through than everybody and every coach in the organization.
Interesting. On first down, Tony Pickett fires. It's dropped. That ball was thrown well, and it was dropped by Brandon Lloyd.
Well, if you slow this down and take a look at Brandon Lloyd, well, first of all, they're not throwing many balls to the wide receiver in the last couple of weeks. But this is what happens when you take a look and you glance upfield at CMT. He's looking for the safety. And that's the cover 2 defense I've been talking to you about most of the game. There's a window there. Now, if you catch the ball in that window, you are going to get whacked by the safety. And Brandon Lloyd was clearly looking for the safety.
Mike Green is in at cornerback for the Bears. Pickett in trouble. And a nice run by Pickett. Green chases. Ball is loose.
When you get tackled from behind.
And the Bears hoping they had it, but one of the 49ers trailing the play got there.
When you get tackled from behind.
49ers ball.
And you don't
Adam
see it
Snyder.
coming. That's when you're susceptible to strips. And watch him hold the ball out there. He does not expect anybody behind him. There's a stiff arm, but right here it's going to come up from behind, and there's the strip. See that? Mike Green, a veteran guy, knows how to handle that. You wrap with one arm and you strip with the other.
The rookie Adam Snyder starting his first NFL game with a heads-up play to recover it. 49ers first down on their own 42-yard line. Quick outside. And the wind took that one, knocked it down. It's incomplete, intended for Arnaz Battle. JB is working overtime here. JB, go ahead.
Hey, Sam, I know Bill Moss will be upset at this. Take a look at Mwelde Moore on this punt return for a score. But watch number 18 in the blue jersey, the punter. He doesn't even try. Mwelde Moore goes by literally an arm's length away. Man, that was weak. Anyway, Minnesota Vikings on top, 21-13. Back to Sam and Bill.
You got that right, JB. I would not like that at all. And I guarantee you, if I wouldn't tolerate it, you know the person that would never tolerate it, Tom Coughlin. Woo, don't be surprised to see that guy away.
Pickett on first down, throws long, and it's dropped. It should have been intercepted. Charles Tillman was right there, and it dove on him, and he couldn't hang on.
You know, Pickett, you can clearly see, has struggled with this wind every place he's thrown the ball. He has the wind with him here a little bit. You know, that's where the wind actually helped him, you know, because it held the ball up. No, it held it up. It's coming from across there, and it held the ball up, or else it would have been another pick. But he threw it out to the flat on the smoke pass before that and threw it into the ground.
3 wide receivers in. Bears counter with 5 defensive backs. Jerry Azuma's in. Pickett being blitzed and chased, and Chris Harris has got him. Flag stopped the play.
You know,
all right, before the snap.
All the quarterbacks were out on the field early in the game, warming up.
Ball start, number 77, offense, 5-yard penalty, still third down.
Wayne Harris, the right tackle, called on the false start penalty.
Trying to get a feel for the wind, except for Cody Pickett. Cody Pickett came out, was out there for 5 minutes, felt the wind, and walked back inside the tunnel earlier. Now, he came out when he had to come out with his team for warm-ups, but prior to that, he wasn't testing the wind to see what it was going to be like all the other quarterbacks were on both teams.
3rd and 15 with 3 wide receivers. They run the ball with Frank Gore. He slips a couple of tackles, gets up to the 46-yard line, short of a first down. Mike Brown makes the stop, and the 49ers are forced to punt. San Francisco 49ers, last 4 weeks, you see the passing yardage, and that's with Ken Dorsey in there. First Alex Smith, then Ken Dorsey. Last 2 games, Cody Pickett. The San Francisco 49ers do not have a quarterback on their roster right now who's thrown a touchdown pass.
They got a good one.
Andy Lee's punt is dropped by Bobby Wade, but recovered.
Nope, it's not.
It's still loose.
Niners ball.
Holy mackerel, how about that? Bobby Wade muffs the punt. The 3rd turnover of the game for Bobby Wade. He fumbled 2 returns, and this time he just muffed it.
And that's some of the things I talk about. Sometimes Bobby Wade, the things that make him so good, all the bravado and macho and guts, are the same things that hurt him. That ball was so high, you know the wind conditions, and he's feeling it inside the 10-yard line. That's rule number 1, first of all, in punts. When you'd never feel the ball inside the 10-yard line, ever, ever, ever.
Jim Maxwell with a recovery. And the 49ers with a big break. 4th turnover of the game by the Bears. And now the 49ers with a 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. They bring in an extra offensive tackle. Patrick Estes is in as an eligible tight end on the left side. Play clock was winding down. They get the play off. It's Barlow, and he's hit. No gain on the play. Hunter Hillenmeyer leading the way.
Look, he backs up, he calls for a fair catch, but, you know, you can let that thing go before you even have to worry about it. Before you even have to declare about a fair catch, let the thing go. You know how backed up you are. And as soon as you see the ball go that high, given the wind conditions today, most of the punts we've seen today, Sam, have been more along the lines of line drives than anything that was that high. Easier said than done when that's your job to return the punt and field the punt.
33 seconds on the play clock. The game clock and the play clock will wind on my signal.
They had a problem with the play clock, and Walt Anderson put some time back on. It's a 2nd and goal for the 49ers on the Bears' 2-yard line.
And
the Bears
look
looking
at the
for a big
goalposts.
defensive
Sam,
stand. Yes.
The goalposts are blowing all over the place.
The play fake. Pickett rolling. He's got room to get in. And the Bears stop him short of the goal line.
Oh, my.
Urlacher and Agunlia leading the way.
My. Even on a fake where all the backers went to the fullback. And when Cody Pickett clearly had the edge, even then, he couldn't get by. There's Briggs. He gets a hand on him. Urlacher and Agunlia stands him up and dumps him back over.
3rd and goal at the 1. It looked like he had that whole side open. It closed in a hurry.
Well, and then now you have 12 men on the field. 12 men in the huddle.
In the offensive huddle. It's a 5-yard penalty. It's still 3rd down.
So the 49ers, 2 plays get nothing. Mike McCarthy, the offensive coordinator, shaking his head. The head coach pushing his people back. He wants a view of what's going on. And the ball is back to the 6-yard line. 9 penalties in the game for the 49ers.
Well, Chicago has given San Francisco more than ample opportunity to win this game several times already. With all the turnovers and their bad luck on the missed field goals and also the interception down there in the red zone.
Bears bring in 2 defensive backs, take off 2 tackles. And here is 3rd and goal from the 6. And there's movement.
Delay of game. It's delay of game. A penalty is on delay of game.
The play clock ran out. Somebody moved. The tight end, Steve Bush, moved on the right side. Mike Nolan talking to
Mike McCarthy,
his offensive coordinator.
And he's mad. He is
Before
hot.
That was a false start. There's
hot.
delay of game on the offense.
He is hot.
It will be accepted.
And he should be.
5 yards, still 3rd down.
Because you shouldn't have 12 guys in the huddle. You should know. You should already have the plays called in your head. You also shouldn't be delayed in getting a play called into the huddle so that you get a delay of game.
He was 1 yard away from a touchdown. Now he's 11 yards away. 3rd and goal from the 11. 2 tight ends. Barlow in the backfield. Pickett, short drop, fires, incomplete, intended for Brandon Lloyd. He was covered by Charles Tillman on the play.
And I'm going to tell you, too, they're short arms. They were alligator arms because Mike Brown was hedged over to that side. And once again, Brandon Lloyd saw that safety in cover 2. Here's Brown. He's going to be right here, and he's going to start sliding to that side. Now watch. See, that's alligator arms, folks. That's alligator arms. The only time I see alligator arms is when I go to dinner with Sam and the bill comes. And he doesn't really get those alligators.
What? What a shot you just gave me.
You know, kid Carter.
What a shot. Nedney, field goal try. He's got it. Joe Nedney. He provides the points for the 49ers. They haven't found the end zone in 3 games, but they've got 9 points. They trail by 5.
I've been thinking a lot about McDonald's double cheeseburgers lately. The perfect melding of 2 juicy burgers, 2 slices of cheese, 2 halves of a bun. It's kind of like me and my girlfriend, you know, the 2 of us. Except the double cheeseburger only cost me $1 on the dollar menu. I guess that's where the similarities end. I'm cool with that.
Hey guys, we're here.
Expanding your universe. Toyota, moving forward.
Oh! Okay. How's it going? How you doing?
Bud Light, great taste, great times.
Something weird is happening.
That play was on the Jumbotron, and the coaches were over talking to
Brandon Lloyd.
Yeah, to Brandon Lloyd, and now he's mad. And he's saying, no, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. But they saw the play on the Jumbotron, and that's why the coaches went over and it caught the emotion of it.
That drive for the 49ers was 4 plays for -9 yards. It started on the 2.
Well, there was a lot of people responsible for those minus yards, let me tell you.
Jerry Azuma on the return, trying to find the wedge, but the 49ers find him first and take him down at the 24-yard line. Brandon Lloyd had a chance to be a hero on the pass from Cody Pickett. It went right through his hands.
He saw Mike Brown, he didn't want any part of it.
When we got married, suddenly we had 2 of everything.
They had a lot of stuff.
2 dinette sets, 2 dogs.
2 car insurance companies.
I'm State Farm agent Joan Roysum, and this is a true story.
We had to get rid of a few things.
Yeah, mainly my things.
He had State Farm.
She had a gecko.
I helped them compare rates and coverage.
It was no comparison.
He was right. For once.
This time, one of my things stayed.
Last year, 1.3 million drivers switched to State Farm. Call an agent today and you'll switch too.
Like a good neighbor?
State Farm is there.
Hey, bro, you see that?
What?
Is he with you?
Yeah, that's my friend Steve. He's not a member. I brought him to talk to someone about spyware. He doesn't think it's a problem now that he has a high-speed connection.
Hi, Steve. A basic high-speed connection can make you more vulnerable to spyware, which can slow your performance up to 500%. But AOL automatically scans your computer for spyware, so
Yeah, sometimes he freezes up.
we can help with that, too.
Okay.
Want a better internet? You belong at AOL.
One surprise.
Will you marry me?
Followed by another. Bruce Willis guest stars That 70s Show. All new at 8/7 Central, Fox, Wednesday.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by State Farm. Great service, great rates. That's why 40 million drivers trust State Farm.
Mike Nolan, the head man, he wants his guys fighting and playing hard right to the end. And it gets on the sideline. There was some question about whether Brandon Lloyd provided that fight. Adrian Peterson gets about 3 yards up to the 27, maybe the 28-yard line. Bryant Young with the stop. Don't forget, our second game of our Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader is coming up. Some of you will see the Green Bay Packers and Atlanta Falcons. Others will see the Rams at Seattle. And some will see the Washington Redskins at Tampa Bay. Right here, the Bears with a 14-9 lead. Peterson and McKee in the backfield. It's Peterson again. And he gets up to the 32-yard line. Bring up a 3rd and 3.
Well, Sam, you go back and you're talking about Mike Nolan. And Mike Nolan, in his first year, trying to instill a new offensive philosophy, a new defensive philosophy, and overall team philosophy than what's been there for years. And then knowing that he's got to go out and start getting talent, more talent in the areas that he needs it. And I think he has all those areas nailed down. But he says, I can tolerate losing as long as there's a fight out of my guys.
Here's Orton on third down, gets it out to McKee, and he's short of the first down. There's some fight there on the defense.
And that's a guy that'll fight you.
Derek Smith with a good tackle. The middle linebacker got over to stop Jason McKee.
And, you know, he has those all fingerprinted. He knows the guys who will fight. He knows the Julian Petersons, and he knows the Carter, and he knows Bryant Young and Derek Smith. He knows those guys. He's got some young offensive linemen that are coming up that he knows that can do the same. But he needs more guys at key positions with more talent.
Brad Maynard with his 4th punt of the game. Rasheed Marshall waits for a fair catch, and he fumbles the ball, and the Bears have it. Chris Thompson recovers the muff punt.
Have you ever seen the Wind do so many things to one football game in your life?
Marshall kept moving and moving and moving and finally dropped the football.
Well, look where the ball is kicked. The ball's kicked from the middle of the field. Marshall has, a rookie, mind you, has to go all the way over to the sidelines to field it, and he still can't get underneath it. That ball just keeps on drifting, and right when you think you have it, you have to understand that that thing is still blowing, and it's blowing hard.
So the Bears get a break on the turnover. They have the ball at the 49ers 24.
Never seen the Wind have so much effect on a ball game, ever, in any sport.
Muhsin Muhammad in motion. And they stop the play. False start on the Bears.
Well, I think we talked about at the top of the show that with this win, Sam, that the biggest things were going to be in the punting game. The field goals.
Number 60, offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Field goals, deep snaps, the punt returners, even the punters themselves, from the area in which they have to drop the ball from their hand until it hits their foot. You know, there's wind in there, and if the wind's blowing like that hard, there's going to be a movement on the ball.
3 wide receivers for the Bears, and it's Peterson. And a good job up front by Bryant Young with Jim Maxwell there as well. Good job by the 49ers. Bryant Young, the veteran who started Notre Dame, grew up here in Chicago and started in high school here in Chicago. One of the top football prospects in the country.
Still.
And then went on to Notre Dame.
Still.
Yeah, he's still doing it. Ball's back at the 30-yard line. 2nd and 15. Orton rolling, chased by Julian Peterson, gets rid of it. Good catch by Wade. He's got it. It's inbounds. Inside the 20 at the 19. Bobby Wade gets a big cheer from the crowd as he's turned the ball over 3 times on his punt return duties.
You got a little stretch action, you know, a whole line and the fake handoff, the stretch action, then you have the bootleg out the back. And after that, you have 3 receivers to that side. Clark is underneath, you have Wade, and then over top of that, you have Muhsin Muhammad. So you had a deep, a middle, and a short route, all rolling to the sidelines, and Wade was the one that had the most separation from his defender.
3rd and 5. Everybody out. Orton rolls and throws short, and it's dropped by the running back Adrian Peterson with Mike Adams right there. So here comes 4th down. Let's see what the Bears do. They have not been successful with field goals, but they send the field goal kicking unit out.
It's been trying for them, to say the least. Here comes Gold.
Lovie Smith.
They had Gold miss one where the wind took it on a bad slice. Then they had the wind catch one on the snap, and Maynard couldn't grab it and get a hold of it, and then they tried to pass it and missed points. 6 points.
37-yard attempt. And the kick is good. Maynard had a little trouble with the snap. The wind was taking it. He got it down. Gold put it through. Bears 17-9 lead.
Remember, guys, Tom will be paying with his Visa card, and you guys will represent 5 layers of Visa security. Matt, zero liability. Brandon, identity theft assistance. Russ, fraud monitoring.
Why am I fraud monitoring?
What?
Why can't I be zero liability?
Well, Russ, I'm actually zero liability.
Why can't you be identity theft assistance?
I'm identity theft assistance. Hey, listen, I'll be fraud monitoring. You? Fraud monitoring?
With Visa, you're protected.
I'm the director.
Well, why can't I be the director?
The NFL Extra Points credit card is the only card that scores points for you. Get your favorite team's card and start living your NFL dreams. Apply now at 1-888-GRIDIRON or NFLExtraPoints.com and you can get $25 worth of free merchandise at NFL Shop. Call 1-888-GRIDIRON or log on to NFLExtraPoints.com. NFL Extra Points. Start living your NFL dreams.
Michael Schofield went into prison.
I didn't kill that man, Michael. The evidence says you did. I swear to you, Michael.
To break his brother out.
I'm getting you out of here. It's impossible. Not if you design the place, it isn't.
Now, tomorrow.
I just want to get Lincoln off death row.
The conspiracy is closing in.
They're coming after my family, Michael. No one's going anywhere.
Come on, we're getting out of here.
And freedom is closer than ever.
I want in. I'll have 18 minutes to get over the wall.
If you've ever seen Prison Break, this is the episode you've been waiting for.
Say goodbye to Junior.
Prison Break, a special encore followed by an all-new episode tomorrow on Fox. Viewer discretion advised.
Robbie Gould, 1 for 2 on field goal attempts. Another one never got off and wound up with Maynard attempting a pass after they mishandled the snap. But this one he made good on. Very important 37-yarder.
And look at the uprights. They're just blowing all over the place. These things are wobbling around. It's been crazy out here today.
Someday. There's Gould kicking off. Mike Green holding the football for him. Jason McCadley on the return. Across the 30 where he's hit hard, brought down at the 31-yard line.
Take a look how the wind has affected this game. Missed field goals for both teams. This one here resulting in a touchdown for the Bears right before half. The fumbles lost, they've all been by the punt returners. Passes, you haven't seen many. Completions, long passes, very few. And I'll tell you, you won't find any place that the wind is blowing this hard. Well,
7:35 to go. 49ers start from the 31. Frank Gore hit by Chris Harris.
I was going to say, Sam, maybe in our pregame show. It blows pretty good in there sometimes.
I'm not going there.
But I got to tell you, seriously, there's never that I can recall. I don't know. I think I'm a pretty good historian of football. I go back and think about it. I've never seen the wind have an effect on a game like it has today in anywhere. I was talking to a couple members of the Bears that went back through the 80s and played on the 85 Super Bowl team. They could never remember a game in which it was this windy at Soldier Field.
Here's Gore again, and the Bears are right there.
And that's a heck of a lot of games when you're talking about the Soldier Field right here, right off the lake.
How about this one? 1985 playoffs, Giants and the Bears. Sean Landeta, he whiffed.
Because the ball blew over, and all those guys were talking about that game. And there was also a game they talked about with Joe Theismann, where Joe Theismann tried to quick kick it, and the ball went up in the air and blew back and only ended up being a yard.
That was Sean Gale picking up the ball, went in for a touchdown. Bears beat the Giants 21-0 and went on to win the Super Bowl. 3 wide receivers on 3rd and 8. Pickett being pressured, throwing too high. Again, the wind took that ball intended for Brandon Lloyd.
That's a timing pattern. That's a simple pattern. Brandon Lloyd was open. You throw the ball to the sidelines, but the wind and where it's blowing, in the direction it's blowing. Okay, it's blowing that way. And watch it get behind the ball, and it just keeps sailing. You see that thing? It's amazing.
Here's a change. Rasheed Davis, number 21, has replaced Bobby Wade as the punt returner. Wade, who has fumbled 2 returns and muffed 1 punt, is replaced by Davis.
Another high one.
And the ball bounces and is picked up by Jim Maxwell of the 49ers.
That was the best return all day. No, for the Bears it was.
32-yard punt. Don't forget, coming up next is the second game of our NFL on Fox doubleheader. 2 great quarterbacks there. Green Bay and Atlanta. Michael Vick and the Atlanta Falcons battling for first place in the NFC South Division. They're tied with Carolina at 6-2. Brett Favre and the Green Bay Packers just trying to get some things going right for them.
Brent Favre.
Michael changed his name for him.
Oh, well.
Peterson carrying. Picked up a yard on the play to the 35. Now the Bears will be hoping to run out some clock.
Yeah, and they have the ability to do that too. And even though the offensive line for the Bears is really the key to their team, you know, and to what they do. When Rex Grossman got hurt, Lovie Smith went to that offensive line. He sat him down and said, guys, I need you to take over this team. For us to get anything accomplished at all this year, it's going to be on your shoulders. And they have responded in some kind of fashion. I mean, they really have. But even after they've done their job all day long, this is the time of the game they love.
Peterson on the carry. Nice little moves, and he gets across the 40 to the 42. It'll bring up a 3rd and short. Adrian Peterson getting very close to the 100-yard mark.
This is how offensive linemen high step to the end zone. This is how offensive linemen spike a football. This is how offensive linemen celebrate in the end zone in any way, shape, or form. Is when they have the game in hand and you're in the 4 and 5 minute category and you put the game on their back and you just run the clock out. That is their celebration.
3rd and 2. Peterson has rushed for 99 yards. And he's over 100 and a lot more. Adrian Peterson down to the 49ers 42-yard line. He picked up 16 on the play. His first 100-yard game of his career. With Cedric Benson injured in the first half, Peterson has become the feature back. And every time they hand him the ball, it seems as if something happens. 34-yard run. This was a 3rd and 2. And he turned it into a 16-yard gain. Nifty moves by Adrian Peterson.
And the clock's still running.
Who has scored a touchdown in this game. And across the line comes Anthony Adams.
A false start here, I believe, and I believe it's going to be on Big Rube.
False start, snap infraction, number 57, offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Olin Kreutz
Snap
called
infraction.
a snap infraction. 6th penalty of the game for the Bears. This is still a game, Bill, where if the 49ers can get a hold of the ball, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion could tie it for them. So the Bears need to maintain possession here.
Well, with all the crazy things that have happened today, no, you don't discount anything.
Ball back to the 47-yard line, 1st and 15.
The longest return in the history of the NFL with no time on the clock before half.
That carry nets 0 as the 49ers played it tough, led by Julian Peterson, who's played a strong game. They've got the makings of a pretty good defense, Bill, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Well, with Peterson and Derek Smith and
Carter,
Brian Young and Andre Carter.
Yeah. And you have to think those 2 young quarters have been playing pretty well as well. Jonte Spencer, Bruce Thornton, you know, not only can those guys cover you, but they're not scared to come up there and stick their nose in it, too. Mike Adams has been a nice addition to the team.
49ers, as you see, have 2 timeouts remaining. The clock running. 3 wide receivers in, and it's Peterson carrying. No gain, maybe a loss of a half-yard on the play.
BY on the play.
With help from Jim Maxwell. Now 3rd and long for the Bears.
You know,
under 3 minutes.
Yeah, and you see that the thing is, though, they're still running the clock out. They're staying in the huddle. They're taking their time. San Francisco should really think about controlling the clock and understanding time management right now. They have 3 timeouts left, 2 timeouts left. And I know they're going to get the ball back, but don't let them use everything.
Peterson gets outside and is down to the 41-yard line. Julian Peterson made the tackle, and now the Bears forced to punt. Well, Mike Nolan trying to conserve the timeouts for his offense.
Well, they're probably the ones that need it. But still, you know, you could have forced them to save a good 40 seconds because they stayed in the huddle and took that thing all the way down. all the way down so they stayed in the huddle. And they let about 40 seconds run off the clock when they got up to the ball and snapped it.
Now look here.
And now here's the 2-minute warning. You had 3 timeouts in the aspect you had 1 as a 2-minute warning. In my opinion, I don't think it was best clock management, right? Like you said before.
By Toyota. Choose any direction as long as it's forward. Toyota, moving forward.
Hey guys, we're here.
Forerunner, expanding your universe. Toyota, moving forward.
It's over. Done. We nailed it. Real Coke taste with 0 calories. And now, before I lock up the secret formula, I'd like to share it with you. Sure.
Coca-Cola Zero. Try it to believe it.
Take a chance and play your part. Make romance, it might break your heart. But if you think that time will change your ways, don't wait too long. Don't wait.
Brian goes back to school, and Stewie gets a free ride.
I haven't taken a shower since we got here. I totally reek, man. Check this out. Ah, come on. Tell me that's not epic.
Family Guy, all new at 9/8 Central tonight on Fox. Viewer discretion advised.
A lot of football left today. Coming up after this game, the Sprint PCS Game Break Show with JB, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy. Scores and highlights, and then to Game 2 of the doubleheader. Brad Maynard with the punt. Gets good protection. Rasheed Marshall. Look at the wind stop and knock it down. Takes a Bears roll and rolls to the 15-yard line.
Unbelievable.
So 85 yards to go for the 49ers with 2 timeouts and 1:48 remaining. Cody Pickett returns to the field.
85 yards for them to go, and their total, Sam, has been 153 all day. All day.
And their total passing yards, 28. Tank Johnson is in a tackle. Jerry Azuma is a 5th defensive back for the Bears. 3 wide receivers for the 49ers. The tight end motions. Short drop. Pickett throws for Trent Smith. It's low and incomplete. Tough to throw for the quarterback.
It's been, and every time he's gone to that sidelines, that ball's gone down because that wind is shooting down from the press box glass. It's blowing across the field. It hits that press box of the glass where all the suites are and comes straight down to the ground and then blows across to the Bears sidelines. Wind's blowing this way.
They run the ball up to the 17-yard line. Pickup of 2, Barlow carrying. And now, with 1.5 minutes to go, 49ers hurry up. They got to get to the 25 for a first down. Pickett steps up, in trouble, runs for it, down at the 22, maybe the 23-yard line. He's 2 yards short of the first down.
You got to get up.
Timeout, a 4th down play coming up for the 49ers, who trail by 8.
Don't miss TV's best night of drama, the new Fox Tuesday. First, a gruesome discovery puts Booth and Bones in the middle of a deadly drug war.
How easily do you think I scare?
Bones, all new. Then, when a steroid scandal erupts...
I do straight blood doping. It's daring confession.
Something more dangerous is uncovered.
But we gotta talk.
What are you doing?
You'll be fine. Sort of.
House, all new. It all starts at 8/7 Central, Fox Tuesday.
Cody Pickett in the huddle, calling the 4th down play. to try and keep the game alive for the 49ers. They have not gotten into the end zone today. 3 Joe Nedney field goals is all. And they missed some golden opportunities.
Blitz.
Pickett looking, throwing for Johnny Morton. The wind blows it away. And that's the story. One of the big factors of this game, the wind and how to play it. The 49ers will go down to defeat the Bears. It wasn't pretty, but they will win their 5th in a row.
Well, he went into the wind. It went to the ground. This time he throws a little bit with the wind, and it gets some heat on it. It just keeps going. Just keeps going right past Johnny Morton with a whole lot of heat.
So further disappointment for the 49ers, who hang close. They got some breaks, but they failed to capitalize. They had a 1st and goal at the 2-yard line and never got it into the end zone. For the Bears, they will go 6-3 in their best start since 2001.
And they're going to let the clock run. And even though as crazy as a game as it's been, I don't believe Mike Nolan's going to burn that timeout. I think he's going to let them do their stuff.
The Bears, November in windy Chicago. And the Bears make it 5 wins in a row and stay on top in the NFC North. And next week have a big game against one of the better teams in the NFC, the Carolina Panthers. Coming up, the Sprint PCS Game Break Show. JB, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy have scores and highlights. We've got the Fox Sports ticker. Get you up to date on all your fantasy players. And then game 2 of the doubleheader. Some of you see the Packers and the Falcons. Others see the Redskins and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And for Kyle Orton, he goes over to the sideline to see some of his friends. And another win for the rookie quarterback. The Chicago Bears defeat the San Francisco 49ers 17-9. Remember that big return at the end of the first half, 108 yards. Nathan Vasher on a missed field goal for Bill Moss. This is Sam Rosen. Let's go to the studio.
Sex in the City.
Do you just want to be friends?
Don't people date anymore?
How many women are you dating?
In the tri-state area? It's not about sex. It's about life. Sex in the City, 5 nights a week.
Weeknights at 11 on Fox 41.
Giants kicker Jay Feely knows that one way to help kids stay on track is to make sure they have a safe place to play.